Destinations have warnings.
Your ass is...
Is this thing on? So it's not. It's your face that.
Just by the skin
Oh my
of
word!
our
Did you
teeth.
text Tam to get out and come here to talk about this?
Welcome.
What happened?
She heard my psychic vibes cry out across the universe and said, I need someone. I need something to make a miracle happen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everything in between, to Uncensored Radio for UCR Live this Thursday in the US, Friday in Australia, and I don't know. Well, it could be 1950 for all we know. My name is Steve, and we are here and ready to get chatting. But we can't get started because we have
Who are you?
a beautiful. I said I'm Steve. I said
okay.
that.
Just checking.
I know. I'm getting in trouble because apparently I don't say my name. We have a beautiful siren of the airwaves who has returned to us from her many travels. Miss Katrina A. Johnson from Nickelodeon's on that.
Oh, she bought some luggage too.
She has.
Crayons.
you carry. Oh, did you have to weigh those at check-in?
Sometimes I have to take them out and put them in another bag.
Oh, not overhead, hopefully.
Yeah, they have to have help carrying them, you know.
Oh, always. That's part of the fun.
In a minute.
In a minute, she gonna need another bra to hold her big booties up. Oh. So, Kitty, how have you been? It's been a hot minute. What you been up to, girl?
I've been very busy slaying rangers around the
obviously.
world. A full-time job, but some so I'm here.
You are the Ranger Slayer.
She is here.
Kitty, I heard a filthy rumor that you're talking to some rangers.
Yeah.
She's always talking rangers.
But does that mean anything for our viewers, or we'll talk about it later?
Oh, they'll all be on the show in the coming weeks.
Yes, we had a little bit of a reunion of what had happened yesterday, and that was my face actually hurt when we got offline. I was like, oh, there was some stories of flying the other day.
Let me just tell you that we are going to do some interviews with some Power Rangers, and I already have the dirt. I already know how many quarters.
Yes.
Oh, good. So you can verify. We'll have a truth meter for when we ask.
Absolutely, we can play there.
We'll do the Kitty Says survey.
You are over $2.
We can
truth. They are more than $2 worth.
Oh, there's a few that have got a lot of change.
So we can do them from like bargain basement to like, you know, top shelf. It'd be nice.
Terrible.
I mean, the ones I know are all top shelf on the front.
I'm just saying. Well, it's lovely to see your beautiful face back with us. You'll be seeing Kitty a lot more soon. She got mysterious things in the wings, our Kitty. She's always got something happening. So stay tuned for you never know where Cat will pop up. She's mysterious. She's like Carmen Sandiego, but with bigger boobs. Ta-da! Our Lady V is here to read us all the rights of the week. How are you today, lovely?
I'm tired. I'm beat to shit. I went to a concert last night and was up until 2 a.m. and then got up.
Oh, you've been rocking out, V.
I did. I was.
Who did you go see in concert, Vera?
The Chicks.
Shut up! They were so good. I saw them when they were in Australia. I saw that they were playing. Yeah. I was a little bit jelly.
I'm very. I'm a big Chicks fan.
They're good. Did they say anything inflammatory last night?
Did I what?
Did they say anything inflammatory last night? She's deaf from the concert.
Here's like, what's inflamed?
I couldn't climb a tree with a ladder. Yes, they did say inflammatory things, which you know I love.
Yeah.
This person sitting next to me goes, I didn't know this was going to be political. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's the freaking chicks.
Yeah. Have you not been paying attention for the last 20 or so years? Like,
most people aren't paying attention.
They wrote a whole song about it.
They wrote a bunch of songs.
They lost like their name over it.
Right.
Rebranded because of it.
Rebranded. They were ready.
They almost got run out of country on. Well, they did get run out of country on a rail.
They
Don't you remember?
Yep.
Don't you remember all the hillbillies stepping on their Dixie Chick CDs? Oh, I'm upset. I'm upset.
They got death threats.
Oh yeah, it was bad. And that's when they did. I'm not ready to make nice.
Yep. You should watch that documentary. Oh, that's real good.
Have to go find
real
it.
good. Real good. Speaking of someone who's always inflamed in some way. Hi, Luke.
I'm really scared. No, I'm scared today because when you go to Jeffrey, he's just going to talk shit that he shouldn't talk about on air. This is off-air conversations that we have, Jeffrey.
Okay, Lisa Vanderpump. Be vulnerable.
Look, maybe or maybe not, I had some kind of... No, I can't say it. Let's just...
Bravo. Do the Denise Richards. Bravo.
A nooner? An afternoon delight?
Oh, Kat will tell you.
Anyway, it's wonderful to be back. It's wonderful to be back. I've had a couple of weeks away. I've changed jobs again because this just seems to be what I do. Where I work, you change positions if you apply for them, but you're still employed by the same employer. So it's changed my days around a little bit. Yeah, but it's fun.
Nice to see you back.
Yeah.
Missed you.
And new positions.
Changing positions is what he does.
Yeah, well... Or persuasions. Hey, Jeffrey.
Oh, speaking of the king of persuasions, here's Mr. Jeffrey Emmett. TikTok queen, Jeffrey Emmett.
Oh, my goodness. TikTok and I have been going crazy this week. You know, I'm a very angry bitch since last Friday.
We know. Believe me, babe. We know.
I've done like 4 to 6 TikToks a day. It's been a little intense, and I just keep finding more and more and more. So it's just been nuts. Hi Ace, hi LaShawna, and then Luke. He just drops bombs on me, like as we're going to air, and then he's like, "Oh, we can't talk about it," and I'm like, "Listen, we are talking about your sexual proclivities, bottom boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's things we got to talk about. Like, you can't
To be fair, I may have dropped that bomb.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Steve.
Me.
I may have Vanderpumped the situation.
I'm going to be the Lisa Rinna.
Own it.
Luke. Own it. Even with the bad hair.
Listen, it's not my fault that your whole world's imploded because I do stuff that you just can't fathom.
I can fathom it. I just haven't done it.
No, he just can't fathom that I would do it.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I don't know if you know, but it's LaShawna's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Okay, LaShawna, just for your birthday, I'll give you a little hint what Jeffrey's so astounded by.
Yeah.
I went to Poontown.
Look at see. Bitch, I'm telling you, he was doing the Eiffel Tower.
Excuse me, what?
Not the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, girl. He like a sandwich.
Look at the viewers go up.
He was doing the Eiffel Tower with Chuck and Nora. You know what I'm saying?
No, I have no idea what you're saying.
He was going through the wife to get to the husband.
I want to look at this. Look at this face. Look at this face. Katrina's proud. Look.
Kitty, are you proud of me?
I am proud. Multitasking. Hello. I was offered the same situation by 2 Power Rangers.
Oh,
not again, Katrina.
Two.
Not again.
What colors? What colors were they?
4.
Red and black.
Red, black, green, blue, yellow. I come on, every color there is. Who you
Oh
kidding?
yeah.
Don't be
I know the
modest.
ones. Girl. If it's offered again, I'll be there to say, yep.
Did you accept the invite? That's what we gotta know. Did you accept the invite?
I did not, because I did not know the red one like that. The red one was a new acquaintance. I was a little unsure of that situation.
Sometimes you gotta just say,
Not that red one, Jeffrey. Obviously, we know that red one. It's
I know. I didn't say nothing.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah, I know you do make a face. It's like
This
your
should just be like-
nonverbals are pretty readable.
We're gonna change the name of the podcast to Sexuality. Sorry, use the R.
Maybe that would be a special.
Who's chucking what down which hallway this
This
week?
As Vera and I are just we're the ones that don't have sex at all. We're like team asexual where the
Don't you be speaking for Vera.
Yeah, you don't know what Vera's cooking up. She went to
look
a
at
concert
okay,
last
fine.
night.
Vera's over there masturbating in public. Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're masturbating in public.
You said you did.
I said
I
did
did
in
in
a
a movie
bedroom
theater
with somebody else.
Katrina.
I Pee Wee Herman did, but nobody saw.
No one
I don't think
saw.
it counts.
No, Vera was putting out fires on the fire truck, remember?
Oh yes, fuck me on your son's fire truck. It's in the
I
trailer.
didn't say that. It
Yeah,
just
yes,
happened.
It's in the trailer. You can go look.
The fire
garage
truck
door was
was
open.
in my back, but I didn't ask to be. in that
That's
position.
not how the
It
clip
just,
plays.
We got carried away, and the fire truck ended up in my back, and we didn't stop. I did not ask for it.
It's not how it sounded. We
Get
didn't
it,
even
B?
know. It's
You had a
amazing.
fire
If you-
truck and a hose.
If you go to uncensoredradio.live, make sure you subscribe. You
And
can watch
you
our
will
little
say-
trailer.
And I told him very specifically. I was walking out the door, and he grabbed me from behind, and we fell onto the stairs onto the fire truck. It's very, very clear in that
Watch
footage
the trailer.
What happened?
It's like a 3-minute trailer. Watch the trailer. You'll see.
Vera will
I'll
not-
cut just that clip just for you, Jeffrey.
What happened was
Oh, it's right in the trailer.
Vera starting
Beautiful.
fires and putting them out simultaneously.
Yeah,
He
she's
started the fire.
multitasking. Yeah,
Started the fire.
there you go.
Like,
Oh dear,
Love
it's
it.
like old times. isn't it?
Literally
This is
and figuratively, he started the fire.
a burning bush! A burning bush!
And Vera turned on the sprinklers.
situation. Vera's got holy loins.
Oh my god.
This is the
Oh.
greatest 12 minutes opening of the show I think we've ever had.
Because they could like get through the fire. I have questions, but I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it. Okay.
Vera is very dirty.
girl.
Yeah, nothing gets through Vera's firewalls. Don't even worry about it.
The rumors I've heard about the Christmas Eve party and the gay sex that has gone on there, I'm not one to
You were
gossip.
fucking there, dude. If you didn't say that's your fault.
Yeah, she's passed out though.
Nice try.
You were fucking there.
I was fucking there.
You could have been the rumor.
But he was fucking who there? That is the question.
Well, he didn't.
With
fucking
Jeffrey
there,
Emmett, that's
fucking
always
later.
the question, isn't it?
Yes.
Who, Who
The,
exactly?
the day after.
Yeah.
Who is the next victim?
Maybe we can make our own Guess Who with all of our exes and partners on it, and then
Oh, God.
we'll release it on the shop. Vera's
You
just a fire truck.
Could you imagine
do a
how
little
big the board would
tombstone.
have to be?
At
We'll
least
just
three
do
of
two-
mine are dead.
Oh, Vera, but I got some dead ones. too,
Vera's
so
are just
it'll be
little
fine.
gravestones.
Yeah.
Does that
Vera,
mean
so they'll have-
that they died happy? I have questions.
I hope so. For their sake,
I don't think
hope
Vera
so.
killed him. She did Black Widow.
I mean,
actually.
I got brothers that were dead. How awkward is that, right? Like the two
Oh,
brothers and they're
sorry.
both dead.
Oh, maybe
Isn't that
you're the
kinda
problem,
fucked up?
Jeff.
I know, I'm the Black Widow.
Maybe
I
you got
was
that
like,
poison
finally, when the
pussy.
second
You
brother
were
died, I
fucking
looked
your
at the
brothers?
sister. Not my brother. But when I looked at the sister of the two brothers and I was like, I'm so sad because now that her last sibling died, I was like, well, who am I gonna fuck at this funeral?
Yeah, Jeffrey didn't fuck his brother.
Go for the
That's Kat's
grandparents
job.
this time.
Oh. What?
Did
I
you
said
fuck
for
the
I
the
told-
grandparents?
grandparents this
I
time.
think
No, I
this
told her if she
story
kept it
has
up, though, I was
gone.
gonna make her my stepchild.
What?
This is,
I was gonna make her my stepchild. I was gonna go fuck her father. He's cute.
I don't think that's a good idea.
no, especially if you're killing the whole family off.
You've already,
Well, he's
you
got
already
a
got
good
enough kids.
got
You already
money.
got enough kids, Jeff.
Does he
She's
have
a
money?
grown woman. Yeah.
All
Does he
right,
have
should
money?
we move on? I feel like we.
Yeah.
We should
I feel
definitely
like
move
we
on.
should
Yes.
move on.
That's ran its course.
Look, from sexy to sexy, it's time to jump into this week.
Hot load of hot topics.
Love that.
Proud
Love that
moments.
for me.
Proud moments. Look, hey guys, I don't know if you've heard.
Have we?
Something happened between like last show and this show. Like,
Oh.
I don't know if you,
Okay.
Oh yeah,
if you
we
heard a little
heard.
little bit of Roe versus Wade repeal.
What?
We're not gonna spend a whole heap of time on it because we have already dedicated 2 shows to how we feel about it. But what we're going to talk about is the kind of the ripples in the water that it has left. There's two very great shows this week. What had happened? Well, no, wait, we haven't done that. We don't talk about that kind of stuff. How we ended up this way and the roundtable have both tackled Roe versus Wade, but we're going to talk about the ongoing effects and ramifications. First of all, Public Enemy #1 is coming for everything. Miss
Ugh.
Clarence Thomas needs. No, I can't say that.
Girl needs to turn back time and lower some motherfucking prices next. If she gonna keep turning the clock back, let's turn the gas prices back, bitch.
Look,
Higher,
before we get into how he has mentioned coming for gay marriage and some other shit,
Yes, he did.
there was a story that
Contraceptives.
a lady posted where her baby has is it trisomy 18, Vera? Where the baby's actually it's
yes.
having seizures inside of her, and it's not a viable pregnancy. The baby will actually be born and die within days. So she was going to have this pregnancy terminated, because the baby's actually suffering inside of her. The mother's suffering as well. And now she can't do that. She's actually forced to give birth to this baby. And
Absolutely.
so that's the kind of people that are going to be affected by this too.
Well,
So the baby can't be saved. It can't be saved by all these good do-gooders. It's going to die anyway, but now it can't die humanely.
Right. And any atopic pregnancy, if it's not removed, can result in the mother's death. If for some reason, you end up with a septic uterus, if that pregnancy is not terminated, it's going to end up in death. If somebody, out of sheer desperation, decides that they're going to get a homemade abortion, which happened all over the place before Roe v. Wade, it's going to end up in death. People are going to die, and the pro-life party is going to fucking kill them.
The thing that I think is really disturbing to me I haven't really seen it being covered by national news, that I'm seeing all over social media, is women talking, especially in the southern states, that they can't get their birth control.
I know.
Their birth control,
next.
especially the ones in their arms in Tennessee. Multiple women, they went to go. Their appointments have been canceled. They went to go pick up their
So what, like Implanon?
yes, the one in their arm, and then
Yep.
they tried to go pick up their medicine at Walmart. Their prescriptions have been canceled, and doctors all over, they can't do it. In the southern states,
Has that happened?
already? Yes, it's
already
happening now.
13 states had trigger laws in place, ready to go the minute Roe v. Wade was overturned.
So it's not
they
just
are already in
abortions.
effect.
That's not even.
It's-
That's not an abortion.
Right, but
No,
that's
contraceptive
You're
was
not even
part-
letting these people be
contraception
responsible.
was part of that law.
That's
Contraception was part of that. It was mentioned in Clarence Thomas's decision.
Praise
and
be.
it gave the states power to ban
try.
certain Contraceptives.
But
So these women cannot get their birth control.
That's disgusting.
it's
Uh-huh.
disgusting.
They'll probably
So, if
cancel
you're
PrEP
watching-
next because you
if
want all
you're
the gays to
watching-
get the AIDS again.
And you need a safe
Unwanted
place.
children are
If
going
you
to be
need to
born.
get to a safe state to get an abortion or to get whatever you need, there's a house available in New York. Contact us. You can email us at management@uncensoredradio.live or hit up one of our
But wait,
socials.
Jeffrey, these states have codified provisions
We'll
to
do whatever we can.
to arrest any woman who crosses state lines to get an abortion, and anyone who helps them cross state lines to get an abortion.
Yeah, so you've just implicated yourself.
Draconian. It's
Come get me.
draconian.
Come get me. I
Well,
don't care.
And Missouri, Jeffrey, is one of the worst states.
Come get me.
I think this
I'll
is
gladly go.
this is super interesting and it is obviously blowing up. But let's not forget who put everyone in this situation in the first place. Because how convenient is it that all this Roe versus Wade stuff is going on just as the January 6th hearings are going on, and we find out that this idiot had full knowledge that the protesters had AR-15s, all kinds of weapons, and still directed them to march on the Capitol. So Cassidy Hutchinson, former White House aide, was a surprise witness and took the stand to basically tell us everything we already knew.
Mm-hmm.
That this man is a criminal.
Sorry,
A
Kat.
criminal.
That's okay. I'm not surprised.
That's okay because the other side ain't that much better. Because
Yeah.
have we
Oh.
seen who Joe Biden has
He hasn't
decided
done it
to
yet.
maybe
We'll
give a
see.
little,
Hasn't
give a
done it
little
yet.
bit of anti-abortion. What else? Women doesn't like women's rights. Rah
He
rah
does look
rah.
like the
all
poster
the
child
above.
for small dick energy.
Does he do
He
Absolutely.
does look
anal?
like he does look like he finds love in a bathroom stall. at
So
the
wait, could you
airport, but
explain
that's
what
just
that
me.
is, though, for people
Small
that
dick
are
energy?
listening or watching? No, the
No,
picture,
who the person is in the image.
Get that
like
part.
what that situation is.
Vera, do you want to talk about Chad Meredith a
he-
little bit?
Well, Chad Meredith is a potential nominee by the Biden administration for the Federal Circuit Court. The Federal Circuit Court is a lesser court underneath the Supreme Court. It does make very substantial and very impacting rulings. His name has been bandied about. It's not confirmed yet, kids. But
what
it
is this?
possible.
What is the drama around him being placed there to placate Mitch McConnell?
Because Mitch McConnell.
That's what I read.
Mitch McConnell is the gatekeeper. He's the crypt keeper. He decides what gets to the floor and what doesn't. He's used his minority powers to the fullest. That man understands his role in the Congress, and he's not ashamed to use any fucking tool in the drawer.
You can't trust the devil, and I'm sorry, but the Democrats have just done everything they can to placate Republicans. And at this point, if Biden puts that man up, I will do everything in my power to just protest Biden. I will never vote Democratic again. I will never. Fuck Biden, fuck Nancy Pelosi, and fuck every Democrat if they fucking put that man forward.
Listen,
I will have no faith in this fucking government if that man makes it to any fucking higher office. It is disgusting.
As much as I understand your outrage,
Disgusting.
There's
no excuse.
Not voting or voting for the other side could.
Honestly, to vote for the other side.
And you're not voting at all is
That's
just
amazing.
as bad as voting the opposition.
We have to get a third party. Everybody has got to fucking stop
I'm
voting
a third party.
for Democrat or
I'm a
Republican.
Family's party. I'm not.
We have to get rid of these two parties because
Right.
neither one of them are working.
It will never
for any
happen.
of us.
The next
It will
election
never happen.
in the United States is going to come down to the Roe v. Wade situation. I think it's
It
going to
could
be
come
all
down to the
over.
gas prices, so too.
And
Kat.
I predict that women are going to head to the poll in droves. And I mean, they're going to vote for their own reproductive rights, as they very well should, but it doesn't even sound like they even have that many options with what's going to be coming around.
What's important to note, and Katie McCarthy did bring it up at the end of the roundtable. Just remember, when it comes time to vote, who put these people there in power to begin with. So if you're not happy with it, America, take a stand, use your actual right to get in there and change all of this bullshit that's going on, because you do have the power.
I agree.
I'm just saying. Don't sit there and then sit back on your thumbs and go, well, I didn't vote for him, not my president. I hate them.
Well, and they are planning July 3rd through the 5th, a no shopping, spending freeze, calling it to work. So that is going around on social media that's what they're trying to do. I don't know that it's made a lot of headway, but so that is, if you can.
And a lot of people can't afford to do that either.
Yeah, calling in sick to work is a jeopardy.
Well, they're trying to shut down the country. I mean, you know what I mean? If everybody sits home and they don't fucking do anything and they don't spend any money, we're going to shut the country down. And if we keep doing that, eventually everybody's fucked.
Look what happened. We already have runaway inflation and we already have supply chain issues.
We've already done that.
Because we did that for the pandemic.
Well,
it's not a good plan.
How about everyone just does what they're supposed to?
Fucking vote.
Get involved in the political process of people that are technically in charge.
Voting doesn't work either, because
get up there and say something.
This country doesn't vote at all. 1/3 of this country doesn't vote at all.
Right?
He lost and he still won.
What I like seeing, but what I like, we'll see. Obviously Trump's not going to jail, but there is no way. There has to be some kind of legal whatever that all of this shit is preventing him from getting. I don't know. I can see him getting back
I disagree. I don't think that if you're the most powerful man in the world, arguably, that anything ever happens to you, even once you leave power. Just like Bill Clinton never got impeached, even though he lied.
No, he did get impeached. He just never got thrown out of office.
Nothing happened. He didn't get arrested.
Nothing did happen. But
there were no real repercussions. Just like there will be no real repercussions.
Trump got impeached twice too.
Yeah, and nothing happened, and nothing will happen.
Right.
And his wife stood by his side. He's so dutiful.
Stupid.
But people are standing up and people are doing their thing. Lizzo, who has been through her own little PR nightmare with her song, was one of the first ones to get up in there. She pledged $500,000 from her tour to Planned Parenthood. Live Nation took a stand and matched that, so they have $1 million going towards Planned Parenthood. There are a lot more organizations that need that money as well.
Maybe they can bail me out of jail.
On Tuesday's roundtable, we did talk about different organizations.
Yep, and there's lists
Planned Parenthood that you can give your money to.
There's there's lots of lists on the page now as well. So if you do want to vote, if you do want to donate to certain organizations, there is a list there. One of my favorites reactions this week is very much related to the gun control thing that we talk about a lot. Sometimes you got to take the bullets out of the gun for it to be effective. Bette Midler has said, if we're going to take away reproductive rights, then maybe we should outlaw Viagra because, past its prime shouldn't be shooting blanks into fucking anyone and putting the population up. I love Bette, and people fucking hate her.
Well,
let's
also look at some medical information that the older the father, the higher the incidence of mental illness.
Damn it. I'm never going to have kids now.
There's a link to an older father.
Why would you want to?
I don't really want to, but I only like the old one, so that gives...
That's just
you need to
really
keep living that Real Housewives life, Kat. You just need to aim for one. You need to be Erica Jane 2.0.
Hey, Andy,
without the legal
season
drama.
13.
Right.
Yeah, season 13, Kitty's coming in. I think you'd fit. I think you'd fit in great.
Everybody tweet Andy. Instagram him. Tag Katrina. Thanks.
Andy, that'd be great. And look, she's already got her field of gays around her. Jeffrey's useless, but Luke's a former drag queen.
He talks
Luke's
all
a
this
former
shit,
drag
he
queen.
delivers nothing. He doesn't hook up with anyone.
Yeah. Luke and I'll be her international glam squad. It'll be great.
Yes.
And now that I'm going to Poontown, I can even go through a couple of housewives.
Yeah, you could be a pool boy.
And Vera will be there to keep us in line.
I love Kat comes with her own complete show. She's like,
Yeah.
Vera's just
We're good. We're ready.
Vera just sits in the lounge room and goes, "You're all sluts."
Liberals to the left,
prostitution
conservatives to the right.
Jeffrey just
By golly, I think he might be pouting.
Jeffrey's
Aw.
Vanderpumping.
How
He's
dare
he.
Vanderpumping. He wants his own spin-off. He wants his own spin-off.
That's right.
We're not allowed
Can
to
we
do
can we please talk about like fucking stupidity while we're at it? There's
Yeah.
I thought
three
we
sto-
were.
Yeah, I know, but like really
Pick a bitch.
obvious stupidity.
Bitch. Oh, this
Oh.
one.
Lauren Bowman
Oh, God.
doesn't understand the Constitution.
Who is
No.
she?
No, they
Who
don't.
is she?
She needs to be more worried
Colorado, I think. Or Utah,
worried
or one of
about
those
where the
states.
fuck her husband is.
Yeah, showing
Don't
his
we
dick
all
to
need to
little
be worried about
girls.
that?
Yeah.
No.
Was this the husband that was splashing his?
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Correct.
Alley.
This
This
dumb
is the-
bitch. Do we have
This
the
is
clip?
the woman who heckles the parents of grieving war veterans and
yes, Ace.
has a bar called Shots or fucking something, poses with guns for a fucking
She
Christmas
poses with
card.
her children with guns for the Christmas
Yeah.
card. Talk about grooming.
Oh, she's a
Do we have the
champion.
clip of what she said?
I don't have the
No.
clip though.
So
But she did. Ace is right. She does
she
serve me
said
big Palin energy.
Mm-hmm. They even
church
look
and state
for-
are not meant to be separated. That the church is supposed
church
to
has
lead
been-
the government.
Yes. the
Does
church
she
has
know
been letting the
America's like?
government
I'm not even
basically-
from America, but does she
And
know
that the
your history?
Constitution and that the Constitution doesn't say anything about this, and that it was just a letter. That was
Right.
what she said.
Yeah.
Like
And
a
she works
swastika is a
in
good luck
government.
charm. Yeah,
Where'd she
okay,
go to
sure.
school?
She didn't
she
finish
got a
school.
GED.
Oh,
She didn't
She got a
finish
well,
GED.
that explains it then.
Hey, don't be fucking knocking GEDs, okay? You don't want to marginalize people with mental health. We can't be marginalized people with GEDs.
Listen, first of all,
I
I
don't
didn't know
realize
the
anybody
either.
with
However, I'm not out here spitting facts that are ridiculous and claiming it's real.
You're not running to
moron.
control the government, are you, Kat? You're just
Holy
like doing your
shit.
best.
I'm
She's
just trying
running
to
the-
run a podcast and some
Like,
rangers.
I mean,
Okay,
Does
Just trying to
she
run a
not
train through the
remember
ranger population. That's
why
what she's
the
trying to do.
pilgrims? Pilgrims.
Kitty and I
are
just
the-
want rich men to surround us and give us money. That's all we've ever wanted. It doesn't
Or rich
hurt
women.
anybody.
what's the
Or
problem?
yeah, well, yeah. Why Why cut our options in half, girl?
Luke, bleach your hair a bit more. You two could be the Bobsy twins. You could be like, oh my god, do you know what we need to do? You two
We
are
need
very
to do
Ken
our own
and
little
Barbie.
Ken and Barbie.
You
Yeah.
could, you could, we could do a Ken, we could do a Barbie.
We'll do a
poster
Ken and
for
Barbie
you.
shoot.
Luke say, "Come on, Barbie, let's go party."
And Kat's already there.
Cat's gonna
She's
get
already-
going. Ah, ah, ah.
That's a
Yeah, I
TikTok.
like it.
That's
Now,
a
to prove
TikTok.
To prove that these people aren't the smartest things in the world.
Uh-oh.
The Proud Boys hate reading, especially if it's done by a drag queen.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god! I don't
talked about
know
this
that.
last
I
week.
don't know when drag and reading to children turned into porn. What is that?
It's grooming. It's all that grooming
Oh
nonsense.
yes.
Look,
You know,
I'm going to play
meanwhile-
devil's advocate for a second just to explain why they're drawing these crazy conclusions. I guess because traditionally, a drag show was something that you would see at a bar. It was an adult event that you go to, and it's usually got a
No.
lot of comedy there,
That's
a lot
not
of there's
true.
vulgar humor. And
That's
so
not
they're
true.
drawing on that and saying this is what's happening when the children are getting read to, and that's not the same thing.
Into
That's what
the
I'm-
19th century, drag was the only theater you got. Men played women from the beginning of theater. Drag didn't get invented in the 60s in some hidey hole bar. Drag's been around for a long fucking time.
I'm just saying what these people are drawing on.
And the only reason it was,
fathers sure had some nice fucking wigs.
and the reason why it was so marginalized is because, you know, gay culture and drag culture and whatever you want to call it was so marginalized, was so hidden, was so vilified because it didn't match, you know, the white heteronormative, this is the American ideals of the 1950s. Surprise, surprise, we're having this conversation again. Oh my God. But, like, why? And again, women of the United States, is it not obvious? Is it not obvious that these parties hate women?
I have no idea.
I think so.
Like, you are the majority of the population.
I know.
And
Well, I
everyone's
don't think many girls join the Proud Boys, at least.
The majority of
There were women
now.
at January 6th. There were women in the Capitol
Katrina,
with arms. Ashley Babbitt had a fucking gun.
what do you think, being that you've been a Republican, right? And you come from a conservative house, like how did this decision affect you? Did it change anything for you?
It did, actually. Okay. So yes, I was traditionally conservative. My family's conservative. My dad's a pastor. I was raised in the church. I was raised to believe that you are pro-life, you respect God's will, which if you are pregnant is to have a baby. You don't kill babies. It's bad, blah, blah, blah. All of these things I was I was taught. That's what you're taught at home, in the church. That's the way traditionally my family voted. But as it started to affect me, when I became around 20, I became sexually active. I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. I don't believe in the Bible it ever says you can't have an abortion. I believe in the Bible it says that God gives you free will. So if you're trying to take your religious rights as a Christian, as a Catholic, as people who read the Bible, and apply that to the way you vote, which, you know, our country was supposed to keep church and state separate. But if you as the voter, as the individual, decide to make your choice that way, I went back and looked for examples where it said don't do that, and I didn't find any. And since I became of reproductive age, well, I was reproductive age when I could first vote at 18, but I didn't really use this issue or take it personally until I became 20, till I was active, till I was affected by it. And I realized people around me needed that as an option. Maybe I never needed an abortion, but guess what? If something happened to me and I needed it, I would certainly want that as an option. And I think it should be just that, an option. I don't think people come to this country to have their wings clipped, to have their options limited, to be unsafe, and to have these decisions made for them. I think that's why we think of the United States as a great country. I think that's why people want to be here. They feel free, the land of the free. I feel like it no longer is when women don't have the right to health care, when they don't have the right to make their own choices.
Bodily autonomy. They don't have the right to bodily autonomy.
And that's ridiculous.
And this is the problem.
I came from a very Republican conservative household too. I grew up in a Catholic church. I believed that abortion was wrong. And I told this story on Tuesday show until my best friend was pregnant. And suddenly it didn't matter what I believed. She was my best friend and she needed help, you know? And so I was there for her, and the choice was hers, not mine.
Right.
I became less conservative as my life went on. My first relationship, the Prince Charming, the man I thought I would spend forever with and work just to support my wardrobe and have 5 kids with, that blew up in my face. And I found myself in my 20s, supporting myself, trying to pay my own rent and utilities, and making $3.50 less than my male counterpart, who did less fucking work than me.
Correct.
This is
$3.5
the
an
problem.
hour
This is the
in
problem when
1980.
you think that your president needs to be this man who is past the age of 50, whose life experience doesn't reflect the country he's leading.
I don't think that we believe that, but I think enough people believe that
That's what I'm saying.
To vote, you know.
Of course, these people aren't going to understand. These people aren't going to understand what it's like to be a single female in their 20s that, you know, that doesn't have all this money to make problems go away, that has to work, that has to struggle without healthcare, that isn't a minority, that isn't, you know, part of the LGBTQ plus community. They don't understand, and they're making the rules based on their life experience, and that's not. And I'm not even American. That's not what America's supposed to stand for.
Exactly. I thank God and Trojan that I was never in a position to have to choose. But if I did, nobody can choose for me.
Right.
It's a heart-wrenching, difficult decision that very, very few women make lightly.
And who's going out going, you know what? Today I'm going to get an abortion. Is that what they think people do?
No. I can't say no one's ever done it, but I don't think it's the majority of people. It's a heart.
And you know what? If someone was that fucked that they were, oh, I'm going to get an abortion, then probably better they do.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like,
yeah.
fuck.
I mean, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but who's supposed to pay for all these unwanted kids?
And
well, it's not them.
It's going to go up.
It's not this group of people that are banning
Where's the
abortions
for the mom?
Jeff took a few.
Babies for the
they are
new load of people.
They've already proven.
Social workers, where's the support for this?
I've got the solution. If you're in a certain tax bracket, if you want these babies born, then you should have to legally A, care for them, or B, fund them for the rest of their lives until they are adults. Then we'll see how quickly we worry about reproductive rights and, you know, the foster system, which is a broken system, not only in the US, but here as well.
Yeah.
Adoption, all that kind of shit.
Over 400,000 children are in foster care right now. 400,000. Over 400,000.
Be prepared for that to double, triple.
They're worried about unborn babies. You're not taking care of the kids we have in the system now. And then we got Sarah Fuckabee Sanders talking about they're safer. We're going to keep kids as safe in the womb as they are in classrooms.
I couldn't believe she said that. Was that a complete?
I had to do 2 TikToks. I did 2 TikToks on that fucking video because I was so I could.
I mean, you had to. What kind?
I mean, fuck, bitch. If you want to abort your kids, just send them to school.
Yeah, right. They're not worried about it until they can hold the gun.
My children will never go to a school building again in this country. I don't care.
James Corden, hate him or love him, he's moving back to England because he doesn't want his children to grow up here.
I don't blame him.
I respect that decision.
You don't even have to. But the sad thing is, at the moment, you don't even have to grow up there to be, you know, affected by the decisions that are being made. 51 dead in the back of a truck in Texas.
Well, Texas, hello. Texas, they only care if they're in the womb. They don't care if they're in the back of a truck. Oh, wait, and that's right. They were brown, right? They weren't white.
They were brown.
So they don't care.
And
covered,
you know what?
And covered in steak seasoning to mask the smell of decomposing bodies.
No, it's to mask the smell of the sniffer dogs can't smell there's people in the truck.
Yeah, but
both, they didn't expect them to cook, literally.
I think that, well, if you're in Texas in the back of an unair-conditioned truck.
But whatever happened, they obviously abandoned the truck and left people in the back and they fucking died.
They had no intention to care for those people's welfare whatsoever.
For a moment, talk about the fact that truck rolled through 2 different checkpoints and nobody checked the manifest. Or the cargo load. It's Texas. Somebody was paid off. I'm sorry.
Of course.
That's the commerce of the border. Somebody was paid off to let that truck roll through.
They don't care. They don't care.
On paper, they just don't care in actuality.
Well, because they're
They
never
only-
going to say the truth. They're never going to
They
say,
only
"Oh,
care
they're
if it's the
Mexicans. They're
faggots coming
brown."
for their guns.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care about brown people. We don't care about the gays, and we sure as
Well,
fuck
they
don't
do
care about
the
black
brown
people.
because the brown people who were picking our carrots for 13 cents an hour are all stopped at the border, and now a pound of carrots costs $80. They do care. They just don't understand how their opinions
They care when it
impact their
affects.
wallet.
They care when it affects them at the bank balance or at the
Yeah.
convenience
You know?
of
They don't care if
everyday
they live or
life.
die.
Half a
I
million
love
people
the
were-
brown people. I care.
We know.
Thank you. We love you too.
We know. girl.
And the green ones and the red ones.
The black ones.
No, man, all the
Yellow
ones I've
ones.
loved before at least have a 10.
So should we go to some? Wait, I want to go to. This is not going to take long. Some of the most obvious news that's come out this week. Oh no, Brian Landry killed his girlfriend. Huge surprise.
Didn't know
Yeah.
that. Wow.
Next.
Wow.
Next.
And he did it as an
Yeah,
act of mercy. That's
I
what he
don't-
wants everybody to believe.
So, yeah, give her
It
mercy
was
because
an
she's a
act of
pretty blonde
mercy.
white
She-
girl.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like it's
I need
horrible to even
mercy.
talk about that for the girl's family. Like
I-
to release that notebook is just not.
Well, who
Okay.
doesn't
But-
think that notebook was written after the fact to try and clear his name?
Right.
But guys, there is some good news. There's some good news amongst all this,
We could
and it
use
comes in the form of some decades. R. Kelly is
yeah.
going to jail for 30 years. Bitch, you better believe you can fly because you're going to need to when you hit Gen. Oh, well, not that he's going to be in Gen Pop, but,
I doubt it.
you know.
But I
Oh,
sure
God.
And he'll still have a lot of comforts that most prisoners won't
He's
have. 'cause
gonna
he
be
got-
remixing the
Yeah,
ignition.
he'll be remixing his ignition,
Uh-oh.
Well,
going
Fresh
to
out the kitchen.
tailpipe.
I don't know if you guys saw that documentary where they talk about
Disturbing.
they talk to the girls and
Disturbing.
mention everything
God.
he did to them. Disgusting.
Oh, horrible.
But the thing is,
Oh,
they're
locking
ignoring
them
that
in
he actually did it.
food. Oh.
He actually, there's a couple of males that have come forward and said, yeah, he was just
Yeah.
sticking it anyway.
And one of
30
his,
years is
one of
not
his
long enough.
girls that he kidnapped and
Mhm.
sexually enslaved, he turned into a boy. He said, "You're living as a boy now. You're a boy." And he changed her name, cut her hair. She had to dress like a boy, had to act like one, had to look like one.
He
It-
got some
Disturbing.
issues. He got some issues.
yeah.
Sounds like
Well,
Luke's type of
And he's
dude.
got another trial coming up. The 50 years is not the end of his bad news.
good.
Look, I don't know that he smells he smells like he might be checking out quickly, I think, from that. You know? I don't think
But he's got a new cellmate too, doesn't he, Steve?
brave. Well, he won't have a new cellmate, but someone else who's deservedly spending a lot of time indoors soon is Miss Jizzy Lane herself.
Oh,
Not
my
enough.
Oh,
goodness.
girl.
Not
You
enough.
go!
Not enough time. That was not,
Not enough.
Not enough. No.
How much did she get?
20.
She's
She
got
20
20
years.
years.
She'll be
So
out
she'll
in
get
the
out
end.
in 5.
But no,
Probably.
Yeah.
her lawyer argued that she should get a lighter sentence
Because she's
because
blue
of her
blood.
upbringing.
Because she's wealthy.
because she's
Because
soft.
she's rich and white.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Can
I
she
don't
get
think
menu log in
I don't think
prison?
she's making it past the weekend because the Clintons, you know. But
Yeah.
if you'd
But-
like to place a wager, folks, hit me up. I got 5 on it. I don't think she's not making
I-
it.
She hasn't been killed
No,
yet.
see,
She didn't turn
I have a
evidence
theory.
yet.
I have a theory that she's got a deal going on.
She
that
is.
Yeah,
She's-
she shut
that
her
sentence is
mouth.
light,
They'll
light,
let her
light.
live.
She's as evil as it gets.
She's evil, but I reckon she's
rumor.
smarter than Jeffrey, and she's gone, who do you want next? Because they're saying that Prince Andrews is that's who they're going for next. So I think she's turned state's evidence and in a shushy to get a little bit of.
I mean, the Queen already knows about her little.
I know,
Yeah.
but
She
the
already
government,
to the
your
curb.
government, haven't gone after him in a big official like they've said come and do some evidence, and he said, oh no, I can't possibly. But
I don't know. I
He's
feel like
the next
Meghan
one.
Markle's starting to look real good now, England.
I know, right? that actress, that black
In spite of-
actress,
in
isn't
spite of that
isn't the biggest
tan.
problem anymore.
Not so on Royal now, is she?
I know, right? She's like, how much damage could she do? She used to hold a briefcase on Deal or No Deal. She is not the evil mastermind to take down the British aristocracy. Like,
No,
it's not
she's
happening.
a pedophile.
She was on Suits. Like, it's not like,
Yeah.
No, it'll
she's
be
not-
Prince Andrew.
yeah,
Really?
definitely. But in even better news, Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out, and there's a trailer.
Yes.
And I love it. It's looking amazing. It's making my life happy. That's all we had to talk about it because
I just want to
We've
know,
aged a minute.
I need to know, my fellas, if we're dressing up as Hocus Pocus while you
Yes.
guys are here in America at the
Yes.
Disneyland. What-
Jeffrey was all about it. Jeffrey was like, yes, do you remember this? You may have been under the influence after a while, but you said, I'm going to buy us all the costumes. It's going to happen, bitch. I'm like,
Because I was Sarah Jessica Parker.
I was going to be Winifred. Jeffrey was going to be Cassie and Sarah. No, Luke was going to be Sarah, and Jeffrey was going to be Kathy and Jimmy. And we're going to walk around with brooms and vacuum cleaners. And Kitty, you can be the blonde girl, the ghost girl. You're like,
Yes, done.
Zachary Biggs.
I'm in.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. We can just wander around California.
She was brunette.
So
Zachary was the brother.
if anyone
she's the little
listening
dead
today
sister.
works at the costume shop, we would love to be sponsored.
Yeah, if you work
Yeah.
for Spirit Halloween and want to sponsor us to dress up as women,
We are
put
in
us
it.
down. I will even shave. for the
Halloween world.
occasion.
We got
Yeah, we're not picky. We're not picky at all. We'd even take some
Party
official,
City.
yeah.
We'd
And
even take some official merchandise, Disney.
exactly. And if you happen to be a store that sells home goods, we also need vacuum cleaners and brooms.
Exactly. And we will
I need a
promote
Roomba.
that shit.
That's right.
Got you.
We'll just get Jeff to sit on the Roomba and ride around on it.
Well,
We
that
can
should
all-
probably be you. There might be a
I
way.
have been known to do it. That is how my dining room got sanded, okay?
I believe
I
you.
wrote
I
that
believe
through
Madison's
the
good at sitting on things that vibrate too.
Oh,
That
dear.
reminds me.
Yes, bitch.
I want to do a promo because I want us to interview Blake Foster.
Here we go. Do the appeal.
Yeah, he's going to talk about his next upcoming fight, and I want us to do a commercial where I happen to have something that's vibrating. And I'm like, hey guys, Blake Foster's next fight is coming up, and here's how I plan on watching it with popcorn. And then you hear
Ah,
and
yes.
you guys are here on the show going, Kitty, what is that vibrating sound?
We're getting
Don't
some
worry
feedback.
about it. Here's to the show.
But what do you expect from a woman who does this?
Stop. There's people around. Do you? Not right now. Gosh. Enough. Can't take him anywhere. Seriously.
We
So,
couldn't
we
hear
couldn't
you.
hear you. Go again.
I could.
Muted.
Oh.
Chris and I have no problem with objectifying them. No problem at all.
Well, look. You know,
I
a
don't
little
think
bit
they
of
do either.
little bit of revenge. You never know. You know.
As long as I'm paying to watch the fight, he doesn't care what I do with it.
Oh dear, you are too funny. All right, I don't know about you. It's been a fairly heated show, so we might as well take the heat to the extreme level and let it vent out. You know, because we have someone here that
Yes,
can do
please.
that for us,
I'm looking
ladies
forward
and
to it.
gentlemen. It is time for Vera Events. Okay, V. Here, oh, she's got notes. It's gonna be a good one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Vent.
There's been a lot of talk about the SCOTUS since last Friday. Roe v. Wade. Jesus, you think I was drunk? Roe v. Wade getting overturned. But today marked the end of one of the most regressive years in the Supreme Court session. As upset as I am about Roe v. Wade, there are bigger fish that got fried by the Supreme Court this week. Every tradition, every value that we thought was inherent in our government is under fire. They gutted Roe versus Wade, saying that the right to privacy is not guaranteed in the Constitution, nor was abortion ever addressed in the Constitution. So neither were planes and TV and cars, but we still regulate them. But that's another story. Never mind. Anyway, they also destroyed Native American sovereignty. They ruled in the last week that the federal government can't prosecute Native Americans living on their sovereign reservation if they protest pipelines. Most specifically for pipelines, but there were the water rights protesters that were trying to stand up to the native lands watersheds, and they were arrested. And now this particularly regressive Supreme Court says, yeah, we don't care if they're on their own land. They can go to jail. They reestablished school prayer. There's no longer a separation of church and state in your schools. And not only can they pray in school, they can also make your taxpayer dollars go to teach their children that evolution isn't a thing. Because the main tuition case that they heard last week, they decided that it's okay for parents to demand that their school taxes go to pay their private school tuition. And that the states, because of the separation of church and state, the state can't demand that they teach the evolutionary science, but they can demand that the state pay for their tuition. They gutted the EPA today. This is the one that made me cry. They decided that the EPA doesn't need to exist and that the government does not have the right to eliminate gas house emissions or regulate them in any way, shape, or form. Forget that the regulations that went into place in the 70s make cities like Detroit and LA and New York cleaner. There are lots of photographic evidence of the carbon haze that sat over these highly populated cities in the 70s and 80s before they started to regulate emissions. Gone. Let's go back to the days of the gray haze. They gutted states' rights and every liberal state's ability to implement gun control. They overturned a 100-year-old statute in the state of New York about concealed carry and said that it was unconstitutional to demand that somebody have a reason to conceal carry. So now they can bring guns into churches and not tell anybody. They can bring guns into school and not tell anybody. But you know where they can't bring guns? The Supreme Court. You know where they can't bring guns? The halls of Congress. You know where you can't bring guns? Every governor's house in the country. What does this say? Oh, they know that guns are dangerous. They don't want them near them, but they don't give a rat's ass about us. This Supreme Court is going to go down in history as the one that broke us. And I don't know what to tell you, kids. I don't have a lot of hope for the future.
Bringing it up.
And it's
Can't say you're wrong.
Vera, it's going to be really interesting the first time like a pagan witch starts praying to the goddess of light and the goddess of the moon in school. They're going to lose.
Church.
Right.
The Satanic Church has already brought a lawsuit against the state of Florida saying that abortion is a religious right in their church.
Well, and what are they going to do when a teacher wants to pray to Satan now?
I have something because I knew I've been saving something especially for the occasion when Miss Katrina A. Johnson was with us. I have a gift for you, Kitty.
Oh dear.
It's disguised in this week's What the Fuck Weekly. What the? Now, one of our biggest conversations, excuse the pun, a couple of years ago was penis size in the world, and we had a
would never
quite
talk about
extensive
that.
breakdown. I have the survey for 2022. Would we like to know?
No.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's not as impressive as we think it is. The
Oh.
country with the largest erect penis length is said to be Ecuador.
It always was though.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
But,
That's
but, what's the length?
Oh,
9
9.
inches.
no.
Is this
Kitty,
the
it's like-
average or the biggest?
It's like
Be
probably
prepared.
like 6.
And this is countries with the largest erect penis length in average.
I'm gonna
An
guess it's
average.
between 6 and 7 inches.
Oh, average. Okay.
We're all very disappointed with a 6.93 inches in Ecuador, 17.61 cent. It sounds bigger in centimeters. So,
It does sound
you know,
bigger in centimeters.
6.9 is you know, average
what's
is
your
Very
Yeah,
average
it's
everywhere,
wrong.
I thought.
That list is wrong. Katrina and I have done the legwork.
We
Average.
the legwork on Power Rangers third legs alone. Blow that out of the water. I'm just saying.
And
Which,
of course,
um,
we're going
Which
down.
ethnicity of a Power Ranger is the biggest, Katrina?
We're going down to the smallest
Think Mexico.
erect penis length is Malaysia. Any guesses?
Yeah,
50 cents.
anywhere Southeast
50
Asia would
cents.
be.
4.5.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Oh.
$1.50.
11.49 cents. Yeah.
Wait,
That's
So
hitting
look,
it.
look, it hit somewhere.
wait.
No, it
So,
won't.
so with Ecuador,
But does this
10
take into girth? Because look, I think you can have a shorter one that's quite girthy. It's still good. But if it's like one of those little, like, you know, those horrible ones where the foreskin doesn't retract, and they're like a skinny little, like, ugh. If it's like
It
that,
looks like an anteater.
A needle.
yes,
Yeah, the-
yes.
Or what about the
How about a
ones with the
mushroom?
really ugly head? Like the head
Yes.
like just kind of oversized and kind of really does
Like
look like
Predator.
a mushroom. It's not attractive. Yeah,
I
yeah.
call that a bubble.
the bubble. Or when it's like big
Hmm.
and flat like a stingray.
I call that the pop.
The
Like those pop doll things behind you.
That sounds very close to the bop, so be careful. we are not disparaging.
Which, by the
our
way,
friends,
if you
Karen
haven't got the
Ashley.
bop, make sure you're tuning in Tuesdays at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time to
What
Karen
a great!
Ashley the
I'm sure
bop.
she'll be thrilled with that promo.
Exactly, because this is Karen's favorite conversation that we're having right now.
Less from us, guys.
This is gonna be Kitty's spin-off show, The Pop. Could you imagine?
The pop.
Oh, let's approach Karen about that and see how that goes down. Like the Hindenburg, I would imagine. We will see you all next week.
Oh,
Thank you
leave
for joining
Karen
us,
alone.
Katrina A. Johnson. It has been a pleasure to have you with us again. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Jeffrey. I've been Steve, and we will see you next week in some formation. We're like the Power Rangers. You never know who's going to be on the team. So see us next week for you see our live, how we ended up this way, and something on Tuesday. We're not sure, but it could be something. We'll see you soon. Bye.
I can't believe Will did the stabbing cabin with vagina.
So now the show's over. Let's really talk about what Luke did.